of the evening for the BKFC Women's Strawweight title, the Champion Britain Hart versus Melanie Shaw.
And you can see here, Sean, the main thing is that 2-inch reach advantage for Melanie Shaw. However, that probably won't be a factor because Melanie Shaw is the one who wants to get inside the entire time. That negates that reach.
We are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the undisputed BKFC Women's World Strawweight Championship. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Sanctioned by the Virginia Boxing, Martial Arts, and Professional Wrestling Advisory Board. Executive Director Kathleen Nosbish. Board Administrator Jermaine Gray. Program Administrator Vernon Porter. The 3 judges scoring our championship main event: Brian Costello, Lisa Cuellar, Ronnie Rodriguez. And the 3rd person inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Big Dan Mergliata. And now, for the 2nd time in the history of the Commonwealth of Virginia, with our bare knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app from the sold-out Salem Civic Center. Fight fans of Salem, it's time to knuckle up! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight she wears black. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, 114.4 pounds. She is undefeated in the squared circle at 2-0. Fighting out of Birmingham, England, here is the challenger, Melanie Shaw. And across the ring, her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight she wears white. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, 113.4 pounds. Her impressive record-breaking BKFC record stands at 7 victories opposite 3 defeats. Here is your defending, undisputed BKFC World Strawweight Champion, fighting out of Danville, Virginia, Britain, 11.0
Ladies, all right, ladies, we read through the rules in the locker room. We want a nice, clean, safe, hard fight. If you want to touch hands, do it now. Back to the corners.
Melanie Shaw told us controlling the distance and controlling the pace are my absolute 2 keys to victory. Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. White trunks for the American champion Britain Hart. Black trunks for the English challenger Melanie Shaw. Shaw immediately where she wants to be, and that is to the inside. Separation from Mergliata.
Back up, back up, back up.
Shaw off the jab, now the right hand. Hart counter right hand right back from Melanie Shaw. This now is the range that Britain Hart wants. Hart now initiating that clinch, coming to the inside.
Shaw not able to do much with that clinch right there.
Back up.
Smartly on the shoulder bump. Separation again from Dan Mergliata. 30 seconds gone, round number 1. The fighter's active on the jab. There's the 1-2 from Shaw.
She's definitely not the range Shaw wants to be, and she's not wearing her opponent down right now.
Down to the inside comes Melanie Shaw. Guillotine position, that draws the immediate separation from Mergliata. To the center circle. There's a good right hand, lands for Britain Hart, and Shaw walked right through it. Into the clinch.
Ready, no strikes, back it up, back it up.
Separation again from Mergliata. 45 seconds remaining around number 1. Already swelling under both of Shaw's eyes. Chant of USA emphatically from the Salem, Virginia, extremely pro Britain Hart crowd.
Sean, this is turning that dog tug we talked about, even when they clean shot.
You see blood around Hart's left ear.
I think that blood is coming from her opponent, though. That's from Shaw's left eye.
Shaw is cut outside of her left brow. Targeting the body, straight punches the right hand, getting through from Hart. Now the right hand from Melanie Shaw in the entry. Shaw left to the body, heavy underhook from Britain Hart.
Come on, let's go, ladies. Ready?
Separation again from Mergliata. Final seconds, round number 1. There is the bell.
Sit. You good? Here.
It's not her blood, it's their
That's her blood. Drink some water.
How you feel?
Beautiful.
You got a name for you? Listen, coach.
Listen. She's putting pressure on you, right? So get an angle. Don't go straight back. Look, you're going straight back doing this. Just hit her 1 or 2 and get the angle. The drop 2 and the clean, right? Yeah. So catch her again. Walk her down like this, Britt. And when she gets lazy, drop 2 left hook. But you're tearing her face up. Keep tearing.
Okay. Stop moving. Let him fix that cut.
Work your magic. I gotta bring the doctor, so work your magic.
What? What? You're okay.
You see Christine Faria, the champ, in the corner of Melanie Shaw right there.
You're doing good, okay? You need to pick your shots. Don't go straight forward. Go jab, move, okay?
Great advice right there, trying to tell her not to come straight forward. That's how she takes damage.
Do not rush it.
You can see right here, Britain Hart. Nice right hand in that exchange.
First up to scratch, Melanie Shaw. Up to scratch the champion, Britain Hart. First, a medical timeout is called by referee Dan Mergliata. BKFC.
Can you see okay, Melanie?
Yeah.
All right, then we can let her go.
Sean, it all depends on where that cut is and if the blood is leaking in the eye for it to be damage to the eye.
Don Muzi, a world-class ringside/cageside physician. Gives the proverbial green light around number 2 underway. Staying on the outside again. This is absolutely Britain Hart's range. This is what she wants. This is what she is getting at the moment. Looking for her entry. Active jab to the body from the champion Britain Hart. Shaw overhand right to the entry. Shaw to the inside. Heavy over the neck. Again, that draws the separation from Mergliata.
That's part of that game plan there, to wear your opponent down, be heavy on their neck.
With this now ABC unified rule set of bare knuckle fighting, you can be over the neck in that single collar tie, half tied plum, but you can't be over the neck with that head chancery or guillotine position.
Shaw must have saw something out there, felt something she didn't like, and she's not fighting like she normally does.
Right hander getting through from Shaw. Now on the turn is Britain Hart. Hart to the body on the overhook. Separation again from Mergliata. 5 seconds remaining, round 2. Smear of blood across the face, the forehead, around both eyes of Melanie Shaw.
There's very good footwork right now being done by Britain Hart. Fast hands.
Hart feint on the level changes. Now coming forward. Stuff on the jab from Hart. 1-2, 1-1-2. Shaw to the inside. Side headlock position again. That draws the separation from Mergliata. Chris, Shaw's getting in, but these clinches are illegal clinches. They're drawing the separation, and rightly so, from Mergliata every time.
You see here more shots being landed by Britain Hart.
Total line, ladies, ready? 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 Let's go!
Continuing to cut the face of Melanie Shaw right now.
Third round underway.
Just look at, it's the head movement, it's the footwork, it's the high guard, it's everything right now. Britain Hart showing why she's a champion.
Working off the jab. There's the right hand to the body. Good hands from Shaw, but they are not landing.
We talked about the key being distance. This is Bret Hart's distance.
Shaw, Chris, will certainly acknowledge as such at this stage of the fight with 125 remaining round 3. And Shaw was emphatic. She had to control the distance. That meant to the inside. To the inside. Right hands from Britain Hart landing to the head of Shaw.
That's the very impressive thing to me right there. Bret Hart is doing a great job of controlling the inside connection, inside tie.
Right uppercut gets through with the rear right hand from Hart, and down goes Melanie Shaw, ruled the slip immediately by Mergliata. 55 seconds remaining, round number 3 of this world title main event. But so active with that lead hand. Jabs to the head, jabs to the body. Shaw on her back foot. Now into the clinch, both fighters down.
Clean, ladies, keep it clean. Ready? Buckle up.
Hart jab to the body from the center circle. Hart talked to us, Chris, about moving her term inches, not feet or yards. So short movements. She also talked about the short punches. She did not want to overthrow and allow the entries to Melanie Shaw, nor did she want to overstep. To the clinch now.
10 seconds left. Separate. Good
Separation
job,
from Mergliata.
This has been a very impressive fight so far for Bret Hart, showing all the skills she has to be the champ right now. This just shows me that you cannot be one-dimensional in this sport anymore.
Yeah, but find
Fucking smart.
Find that drop 2 for me.
Smart, though. Here, hit it with some shit that make her want to quit, but don't get wrecked.
Let's go. Let's go. 2 more. Let's go, champ.
All right, ladies, fourth round. Come on, get please. Ready. Buckle up.
Call him Knuckle up from Dan Mergliata. Round number 4 underway. Immediate forward pressure from the fighter from England, Melanie Shaw. Champion based here in Virginia, Britain Hart. Hart largely has controlled the range. Half-tie plug now from Britain Hart. Big right hand getting through. You see the shoulder bumps from Hart.
No strikes, clean.
Again on the separation.
Ready, buckle up.
You can see here a lot more punches being thrown for Shaw, but look at that accuracy from Hart, 69%, fantastic. And the clinch, 96, both girls doing good from the clinch. A lot more being thrown and landed for Hart.
Deep swelling in Shaw's left eye.
So that was a surprising part because Melanie Shaw usually does fantastic from the clinch. That was her key to victory, getting there and do damage. She's eating more shots than she's giving in the clinch.
From the mid-range now, Britain Hart. An outstanding head movement, jab to the body, double jab to the head. 55 seconds remaining round 4. Lead left hook from Britain Hart. The irony for Melanie Shaw, Chris, is when she's been able to get in, she has not been able to land her effective punches.
That's where Bret Hart has done a lot of good work on the inside. I mean, Bret can just fight everywhere. So we're talking about you cannot be one-dimensional in this anymore. Bret can do everything.
And from Shaw, it's a right-handed pin for Melanie Shaw. Right hook partially blocked. Hart again walking forward. Hart all off of the one, off of the jab. See the smear of blood across the white top of Britain Hart, but that is all Melanie Shaw's blood. We saw blood in Hart's ear in round number 1. Again, that was Shaw's blood. Hook gets through from Hart. To the inside comes Melanie Shaw. Shaw in the clinch, but again finding no success in the clinch. Overhook from Hart as we move to the 5th final round.
Hart's going to want you to fight like Roy Jones. I think everybody would like to see that.
Active jab immediately off of scratch from Britain Hart. Shaw trying to turn up the volume, turn up the pressure here in the 5th and final round. Forward to do so. BKFC Women's 125-pound world champion Christine Creer working her corner. Left hook lands from Britain Hart. Now into the clinch. On the overhook right hand, smart exit from Hart. From Shaw not there. Stepping in with that rear right hand. That was slick. 125 remaining, fifth and final round.
Hart's still applying the pressure many times. So pushing the pace. She's deciding when the fight happens.
See the outside movement. I believe that was the 30 seconds of Roy Jones that Ryan Perez called for Hart in the corner between rounds 4 and 5. Sticking jab now from Hart.
I think they just saw two fall out.
Hart turning up the temperature. Big right hand. Big shots. Clean right hand. Left hand. Another right hand from Britain Hart. Hart trying to finish in the fifth and final round.
Hart wanting to go for that knockout she's been looking for. And Melanie Shaw's face is a wreck right now. Let's see how hard Britt steps on the gas to get that knockout.
Hart mirroring the hips, stalking pressure. You see the diversionary sideways right hand from Britain Hart. 35 seconds to go in our main event. Right hand misses from Shaw. One-way traffic at the moment for Britain Hart.
So this is an exclamation point on this fight right here. Great work.
Shaw out to the inside. Position again from Mergliata. Hart staying long. 10-second clack. Stretch drive of our world title fight main event. There's full-on Roy Jones Jr. from Britain Hart now to the bell and the end of the fight.
Beautiful performance right there by Britt Hart. So much toughness right there. So much heart.
Thanks. All Hart from Melanie Shaw. And that was a first-class performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, our judges at ringside are all in agreement at 50-45 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undisputed BKFC World Strawweight Champion, Britain 12.0.
Two successful title defenses of her BKFC women's 115-pound strap, and Hart undefeated 3-0 at 115 pounds. Hart determination from Melanie Shaw, and a first-class performance and victory for the champion Britain Hart. In our main event of the evening, the winner by way of unanimous decision, Britain Hart defeats Melanie Shaw.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 two-minute rounds in the women's strawweight division. Presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight she wears black and gold. She stands 5 feet 2 inches tall. Her official weight, 115.4 pounds. Her BKFC record stands at 3 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Clarksville, Tennessee, here is Jenny, the Tennessee Gangster Savage. And across the ring, her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight she wears yellow and gold. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, an even 116 pounds. She holds an identical BKFC record of 3 victories, opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, here is Taylor Killa Starling. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Behrens.
In the 2 respective fighter meetings, which are held completely independent of each other, completely private, both Taylor Starling and Jenny Savage said, I cannot become emotional in this fight. Round number 1.
And Sean, that's easier said than done, especially when you have a history with your opponent.
Yellow and gold for Taylor Starling, black and gold for Jenny Savage. Starling 5'7", the Savage is 5'2". She wants to stay at range, establish her reach advantage early, and right now this is Taylor Starling's preferred range. Savage showing patience on the outside, popping the jab from the southpaw stance.
I like what I saw Taylor Starling did right there. She threw a jab and came with a long right hand that only she can land. She's not getting into the opponent's range right now.
There's animosity and there's respect between these two. There's the right hand, left hand from Savage trying to jump in. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our co-main. In the women's 115-pound division.
And you just get the feel right now, Sean, these girls are gonna wait till they're in the right range and explode, looking to land hard shots.
Savage pumping the jab from distance. Savage talked to us about tripling her jab to work to the inside.
Savage right now looks like she's willing to wait and counter when Taylor Starling comes in.
And this is with the left hand. Savage showing patience, as is Starling. There's the right hand getting through from Savage and the counter right hand from Starling.
And the speed right now, very fast for these girls.
Thunder right hand just misses from Savage. Pull back from Starling. 5 seconds remaining, round number 1.
I love what Taylor Starling did right there. Savage tried to move to her right. Taylor Starling just mirrored her hip. She's staying exactly where she wants to be, with her back in the middle.
Losing pressure from Starling. Resets at distance. Savage on her back foot. Stepping from Savage, not there. Good pull again from Starling. Starling off the jab. Very even, round number 1. There is the bell.
Knuckle.
Barron starts round number 2. Jab from Starling. Trying to land the 1-2. Good pull back that time from Savage. Savage staying out of range, Chris, but this is the Starling preferred range.
Exactly, it's right at her range. She has a long, I like that right hand she's throwing that jab, trying to get in where she can land a right hand, but her opponent cannot land a counter.
Savage told us I have to create openings to get to the inside through my jab.
She's not really trying to get off first or try to be offensive. She's looking to counter.
Again with the 1-2. Pull back from Savage. The fighter showing outstanding head movement to this point. Full pressure from Savage. There's the jab from Starling. Savage to the inside, right back out. Forward pressure to the body goes Starling. Savage just missed with the left hand. 1 minute remaining, round number 2. Long jab again from Taylor Starling. Trying to go to the body.
You see Savage is having a difficult time getting in. She's having some trouble countering Taylor Starling as she's coming in as well.
The right hand from Savage. Didn't fully land. Starling with the left hand. Savage resetting outside.
And Taylor Starling says that's the way she wants to fight. Land hard punches, but don't get in there and just trade because she knows the opponent has very fast hands.
And Chris, Starling is landing long, and then she's staying long just like that.
And that's hard to do. That's discipline right there, because a lot of times a person lands a good punch, like, I have him, I got him jump all over him right now. No, you don't.
Getting late here in round number 2 of our co-main. 15 seconds remaining in the second round. See Savage now trying to mirror the hand. Starling stuck on the outside. Left hand, left hook just misses the mark from Starling. Savage trying to come in off the left hand. Starling exploding forward. There is the bell. We move to round 3. It's even better that the fighters in their corners get to see it. So Savage knows she's down 28 to 2 rounds to none. No speculation. She has to get in.
And that's the beauty of it. You can think that usually you know what's going on, but you don't necessarily know for sure. Now they do.
Starling again, this is her preferred range, long right hand. Jab not there from Savage.
You can see Savage right now trying to change it up a little bit.
Starling again the 1-2. Largely crisp to this point in the fight. It's Starling being first from range.
Very disciplined to stay at range.
Savage so dangerous though when she can time her explosions in, and she's trying to do so there.
Good left hand by Savage.
These are truly two of the best female fighters in all of BKFC. You don't even need that qualifier. These are two of the best and certainly the most dynamic and charismatic fighters in all of BKFC. Taylor Starling and Jenny Savage. Some disquiet though in this Albuquerque crowd. Disquiet just ended with this flurry. And down goes Jenny Savage, ruled to slip immediately by referee Nick Behrens.
Correctly
touch of hands. Albuquerque crowd got a little restless, and on cue, Starling and Savage started to throw. There's the right hand from Starling.
They didn't like hearing those boos.
Blood coming out of Savage's right nostril. 30 seconds remaining, round 3. Savage trying to pump that right jab, but from range. Southpaw stance, right hand, left hook from Starling.
Savage started off this round trying to get more aggressive, but now she's resorted back to counter punching.
Good jab, there's the triple jab from Savage, but that doesn't get her in. Left hook from Taylor, Starling lands. Savage now bleeding out of both nostrils. The bell, we move to round 4. Round number 4. See if Jenny Savage tries to noticeably turn up the pressure, work to the inside. Because so often you and I talk about range fights through 3 rounds. This is the quintessential range fight, and it's Taylor Starling's range at 5'7" to Jenny Savage's 5'2".
Total strikes landed right here. And thrown, higher percentage attempts and strikes landed for Starling.
Savage with the hook. There's the right hand. That landed flush from Starling on Savage's forehead. Savage took that exceedingly well, trying to come forward. Savage definitely trying to turn up the pressure. 1:15 remaining, round 4. This is fight number 9 of 10. This is our first round number 4 of the evening. Very tactical to this point. Starling continuing to hold range. As we've talked about earlier in this fight, Starling is landing at range. She's staying at range. She's not following through into the Jenny Savage range. Savage wants to be in the pocket in the clinch. We talked about earlier the discipline of Starling to do so.
Very smart tactic right there. A lot of times, like I said, a fighter lands a couple hard punches and go, I got to jump on him. I have him right now. And that's when you open yourself up for counters right there. So this is a smarter, more effective way to fight.
Savage trying to parry the lead hand of Taylor Starling.
Gotta be careful doing that. That's when they can come with that jab and follow that with a left hook.
There's the flurry now to the inside. Closing seconds, round number 4. There's the 10-second clack. Savage trying to come forward through the center circle, and there's the left hand. Starling circling out, left hook just off the mark from Jenny Savage. We move to the 5th and final round.
You can see here, Sean, Taylor Starling is winning the fight right here. Savage is going to need a knockdown in this round just to get a draw.
So that equates to 3-1, 4-0, 3-1. Again, those are the actual scores, real-time scoring from the 3 New Mexico judges. Round number 5 underway. We know it, the fighters in their corners know it.
Savage knows that she has to do something. She's got to get a knockdown if she wants to even tie this fight.
To the inside comes Jenny Savage, but she took the big right hand from Starling.
You have to like the fact that Savage understands wanting to get in, throw those hard shots. You can see that was the first round right there that Savage outlanded Taylor Starling. That's why one of the judges gave her that round.
Starling with the 1-2.
This is where Taylor Starling wants to stay. She's winning this fight. She's more than happy to stay out here, pop that jab, land that two, get the victory. It's up to Jimmy Savage to change it up, get inside, double that jab, step outside that foot, throw the left hand.
In our fighter meeting, Chris Savage talked about multiple jabs working to the inside. When she throws the jabs, Starling just pulls back. Savage has thrown the jabs but not been able to follow to the inside.
She's thrown the jabs, but she needs to push off that back foot and close that gap. You can go forward way faster than Taylor Starling can back up. She's not doing that at this point.
Savage trying to throw the right hand. Attacking Taylor Starling. 40 seconds remaining, fifth and final round of our co-main. Just off the mark from Starling. From Savage. From Starling.
There's what I'm talking about, Sean. Starling backed up and then countered right away. That was a beautiful job.
Can't miss it from Savage, trying to turn it over. Stretch drive now of this fight. There's the entry on the left hand from Jenny Savage. The bell and the end of our co-main. And that's a nice moment between these two rivals.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside scored this fight 48-47, 50-45, and 49-46 to the winner by unanimous decision, Taylor "Killa" B. Starling.
Taylor Starling held the range from the early stages of the fight throughout to the end. 3 rounds to 2, 5 rounds to none, 4 rounds to 1 from the New Mexico judges, all in favor of Taylor Starling. In our co-main event of the evening, the winner by way of unanimous decision, Taylor Starling defeats Jenny Savage.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight of the night is a heavyweight tournament quarterfinal fight, and it is brought to you by KO Distilling, featuring bare knuckle whiskey. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing the patriotic colors of the red, white, and blue. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 235.6 pounds. He is undefeated as a professional boxer at 3-0. Fighting out of Gravois Mills, Missouri, please welcome Sam the Mountain Man Shewmaker. And across the squared circle, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 259.1 pounds. His MMA record stands at 11 victories opposite 9 defeats, 6 wins by knockout, and 1 no contest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Bellator Season 5 Heavyweight Tournament winner, fighting out of Scappoose, Oregon, Eric, the American Soldier Brindle. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
All right, gentlemen, let's toe the line. In your fighting stance, toe the line. Let's go. Ready, hands up. And knuckle up.
Round number 1. Blue trunks for Prindle. American flag trunks for Shewmaker. And I've never seen Dan Murgliato look smaller, champ.
Yeah, he's cut up, man. A specimen of an athlete. Man, but I met both of these guys, and I can tell you, man. Oh, he's
Huge
out.
right hand. That might be game, set, match, and it is.
Whoa.
A one-punch knockout win for Sam Shewmaker.
One hitter quitter, baby.
There are knockouts, and then there are knockouts.
Hey, that was Mike May, Sports Center, baby. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
Two incredibly powerful and accomplished fighters. And you saw the power from Shewmaker, and now you're seeing the class.
The sportsmanship. Like I was saying before the knockout landed, two of the nicest guys you want to meet, man. It was really. He set it up. He ducked it. He just timed it perfectly. On the top of the temple. Oh, beautiful one-punch shot. You don't get to see that often. That was a nice shot.
Shewmaker told me that he was a baseball pitcher in his youth in Missouri, and he uses that baseball pitching technique just like that on his overhand right.
On the kisser, right on the chin. Man, beautiful setup. Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Murgliato wisely not even counting. He knew that Prindle was done, as did Shewmaker, immediately celebrating as soon as he landed that devastating right hand. Into the semifinals with authority goes Sam Shewmaker. See Daniel Gallimore, former Bellator fighter himself, now in Professional Fighters League. Consoling his good friend, he was working as Prindle's chief second. Devastating Antonio.
He said he gonna buy him a beer later tonight.
And he will, and Prindle will happily accept. Let's go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Murgliato, steps in and calls a stop to the bout at 18 seconds into round number one. Your winner by earth-shattering knockout, Sam the Mountain Man Shewmaker.
Big shoe, baby, big shoe.
You see the real class there in defeat from Eric Prindle. Eric Prindle, I know him very well from mixed martial arts. When he defeated opponents, he would immediately run over and say, "Brother, are you okay? Did I hurt you?" He's classy in victory and classy in defeat.
Class
and
act.
the equal class shown by Sam Shewmaker in that victory with authority.
Man, I hope everybody is watching up on pay-per-view. Follow Big Shoe. Sam Shewmaker, he'll be back. What a shot.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Sam Shewmaker versus Josh Burns. You see our tale of the tape. It is presented by Royal Kratom, 100% natural pain relief.
And right here, the thing that stands out, Shewmaker does have a 3-inch height advantage, but Josh Burns does have about a 27-pound weight advantage. So this could come into play if Josh Burns could get it on the inside, if he could push the Hillbilly Hammer around, could wear him down. He needs to continue to get in there and throw those hard punches because that's his main thing, his power and his weight. Sam Shewmaker's got to stay on the outside and make Josh Burns pay every time he steps in.
Josh Burns made his BKFC debut last December. He defeated Chris Sorrow by way of second-round knockout.
And right there, you can see we talked about the disdain he had for Sorrows at the time. He was upset after he knocked him down, knocked him out. He stood over him. He got in his face and said something. The referee there throws him off to the side. But like I said, he is a better fighter when he dislikes his opponent. And there's that power right there with that right hand. And man, what was one of the toughest tournaments of all time, one of the most exciting tournaments. I really love that. I just love having Mark Coleman here.
Josh Burns tells us that Mark the Hammer Coleman is a mentor. He always feels better when Coleman is in his corner. Coleman was last in his corner when he knocked out Chris Sorrow in round number 2 in December. In BKFC for Sam Shewmaker, the most recent one coming December of last year. He defeated Bobo Obana by way of first-round TKO.
And you can see right here, Sam Shewmaker, he looked great the first time he fought. Then they felt like he kind of pulled it back a little bit, was a little too defensive. So they told him, you have to open up, you have to come out to knock people out if you want to get considered to be in the big time. And this is exactly what he did against Bobo. Looked fantastic.
Sam Shewmaker 5-1 in his pro boxing career, 4-2-1 in BKFC. Both losses in bare knuckle fighting championship for Shewmaker coming in title fights. October 2018, it was the bout for the inaugural BKFC heavyweight strap. Shewmaker losing a split decision versus Arnold A.J. Adams. And then Shewmaker's most recent bout coming in June of this year, losing a unanimous decision to the reigning heavyweight champion, Joey Beltran.
Absolutely. This is a different opponent, though. He feels like this opponent is more of a brawler. But one thing he said about him, he feels like his opponent has poor conditioning, poor cardio. He comes straight forward. He looks to counter, and then he'll be able to get the victory here.
Shewmaker said of Josh Burns, he definitely has power, but I believe that his power fades badly after the second round.
Absolutely, and he said he has more power. We asked him who had the most. He laughed when he said it. Of course I have more power, so he's very confident in his hitting ability.
Shewmaker said, constant 1-2s. I'm going to frustrate Josh Burns. I'm going to cut him up, and then I'm going to knock him out. We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by Royal Kratom, 100% natural pain relief. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner tonight, he wears white and black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 264.3 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 7 victories opposite 3 defeats. Fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, here is Josh the Hammer. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and the proud colors of the United States of America. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 237.9 pounds. He holds a bare knuckle record of 4 victories opposite 2 defeats with 1 draw. Here is the 2-time bare knuckle world heavyweight title challenger, fighting out of Grabois Mills, Missouri. Here is Sam, the Hillbilly Hammer, Shewmaker. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Behrens.
Chris, you never fought angry in your career. These two are going to fight angry, but both have said, I have to keep my emotions at bay. Look at the look on the face of Josh Burns. Round number 1.
This sport is definitely much more difficult if you're emotional.
Black and American flag trunks for Josh Burns, and we might be done. Here is the count from Nick Behrens. Shewmaker flat.
Yeah, he's not getting up. They're not letting this go.
That is it! Just like that, a lightning strike win for Josh Burns.
And what did I say? When he's emotional, he fights not emotional. When he has disdain for somebody, he fights much better. I don't know if it's out or Mark Coleman in his corner, but whatever that combination's there, Burns is tough to deal with. What was it? The first punch was at a second in?
You know it's a fast knockout when I can't even get the trunk colors in.
Wow. I didn't think that was going to break our streak of not going past the second round, but I didn't know it'd be the first punch.
Yuli Diaz is watching at home in Florida.
He's very happy that the referee decided to count this one. If he just waves it off, and he could have. The referee could have waved that off because the way Sam Shewmaker fell, you could tell he was not getting up.
Diaz definitely thinking, wow, that was close to my 3-second BKFC record.
Like guys, I want to see the replay of that again because it was right at the initial, the throw, boom, he went down, and you could just tell by the way he fell, you keep talking about it. If you fall a certain way, they're not going to let you fight.
Both fighters coming off of defeats, both extremely motivated. And Burns stepping in and landing a thunderous shot, now celebrating with Mark the Hammer Coleman.
Gotta love to see Coleman getting that fired up, being that happy for one of those guys.
Crushing disappointment for Sam Shewmaker. Now you know why he wins.
Burns has just got to make sure that Mark Coleman's in his corner every time. He seems to fight really well with the Hammer.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Nick Behrens, calls a stop to this fight at 19 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, Josh the Hammer Burns.
See the animosity as both fighters came up to scratch. Burns, the left jab, the check left hook, and then yelling at the fallen Sam Shewmaker. In our co-main event of the evening, the winner by way of first round knockout in 19 seconds, Josh Burns defeats Sam Shewmaker.
Well, Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
I am the best fighter that BKFC has. This is the best physical shape I'm in, the best mental shape I'm in. I can't wait to give bare knuckle a real world champion. This is the fight the fans want. You say you're gonna bring it, well, bring it. My name is Britain Hart. I am in Fort Lauderdale training out of Level Up Boxing and Fitness Gym. Being a world champion for BKFC means so much to me. I just really feel like still in my heart that I'm the biggest face and symbol that BKFC has. You know, they started with this dream that no one believed in them, thought was crazy, wasn't gonna work out, and look at them now. I really feel like I embody that. The world title brings a lot to my life, and especially my career. For fighting is different, and being the world champ is different. People look at you a different way, and you really have to accept that role of responsibility and leadership.
Here is Britain 9.0.
Stepping in with the three-punch combination. Big shots, clean right hand, left hand, another right hand from Britain Hart. Hart trying to finish in the fifth and final round.
You know, I told you guys, I give crazy speeches. I'm back to being Britain fucking Hart, baby. My name is Taylor Killa Starling. I am 4-2 in bare knuckle, and I fight out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'm very excited. This is an opportunity that came to me. I didn't beg for it like the Christine fight. I've worked very hard for it. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my careers, and I've had some of the highest highs and the lowest lows. And I think this is the best physical shape I'm in, the best mental shape I'm in. I can't wait to give bare knuckle a real world champion.
Taylor Killa Starling.
Round number one. Big shots to start from Taylor Starling in the black and yellow. While taking a tremendous amount of punishment. And that is it.
I've fought a lot of demons the past 2 years, so it feels good to be back in the win column.
Winning the world title would mean everything to me, and I don't mean it in a sense of disrespect. It's a belt, it's a piece of leather with metal on it. That is a material thing. For me, what means being a champion is going to be carrying myself outside of the ring. For my children, being a role model and a true example. So that's going to mean everything to me because I don't have the belt and I feel like I already have that. That's just putting the cherry on top of it. If I do something, I give it my 100%. So there's nothing in my life that I haven't worked hard for. But in fighting, in boxing, and in bare knuckle boxing, I have probably worked harder than any other place and area. We're going back down to heart and grit. And just nobody outdogs me, nobody outbrawls me. I think people think that I'm too technical of a fighter now. I faced it all, and Taylor Starling is nothing new to the table that I haven't already done and beat in the ring. Now I just have to push the bar and level up on how I want to look and how I want everybody to perceive me as the biggest threat in BKFC.
I know you're working hard. We're two pioneers in this sport, two of the baddest females in the division. Let's bring it to Sturgis, South Dakota and put on a show for the people. It's what they want, it's what they deserve. We're two OGs, and I'm telling you, I got a bomb in this right hand waiting for you. Let's go, baby. It's time to knuckle up.
I'm proud to say that I'm undisputed at strawweight, and it's something that I will die fighting for to keep.
Go to the inside, that's a big left-handed, another for Britain Hart.
Taylor Starling, we've been talking about this for years. You know, we said, let's go, pay up. This is the fight the fans want. You say you're gonna bring it, well, bring it.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
proud to say that I'm undisputed at strawweight, and it's something that I will die fighting for to keep.
We're two pioneers in this sport, two of the baddest females in the division. Let's bring it to Sturgis, South Dakota. And I'm telling you, I got a bomb in this right hand waiting for you.
We're going back down to heart and grit. I'm just, nobody outdogs me.
I can't wait to give bare knuckle a real world champion.
Finishing the fifth and final round. Big shots to start from Taylor Starling in the black and yellow. Stepping in with the three-punch combination.
This is the fight the fans want. You say you're gonna bring it, well, bring it.
Tonight, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship rumbles into Sturgis, South Dakota, in front of one of the largest crowds in company history. A sea of bikers with an appetite for destruction, met by BKFC's hunger for intense combat. Live from the 84th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally at Sturgis Buffalo Chip, this is BKFC63, Hart vs. Starling, with gold on the line. And it starts right now.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Sturgis, South Dakota, where over 500,000 motorcycle enthusiasts descend upon the Black Hills every year for the biggest party of the summer. Now add the baddest athletes on the planet, and the result is BKFC63. Knuckle up. And it's pedal to the metal with tonight's preview. 3 fights, including a cruiserweight and a heavyweight showdown. A taste of what's to come in this hog wild night at Sturgis. Then your co-main event, two of the hardest hitting heavies in BKFC history make their promotional return here at the Buffalo Chip. It's Hammer versus Hammer. Josh Burns versus Sam Shewmaker, looking to wreck shop and ride down the road. And finally, Strawweight Champion Britain Hart has proved to be unstoppable in her last 3 fights. But uber popular Taylor Killa Starling is no easy draw for the champ. Expect fireworks tonight in our main event here at Sturgis. Welcome to Sturgis and welcome to the Buffalo Chip Campground, baby. Oh my goodness, the squared circle is here for the very first time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 84th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and what an event it is. Man, it is a whole aura here. It is a whole feeling here in Sturgis. Just the second day of the rally, and you have the biggest show of them all. We're on the same stage where you're going to see Jelly Roll and Kid Rock and Travis Tritt, but the hardest hitting show of the entire rally is, of course, BKFC63. What a night it's going to be. Incredible fights on the card, a lot of heavyweight action, and of course that main event, strawweight title on the line. Britain Hart taking on Taylor Starling. Look like they're straight off the pages of Easy Riders magazine, if you can remember that one. That's what it looks like tonight, folks. And if you want to be a part of the entire show, that's why you got to get the BKFC app on any of your app stores. $7.99 is going to get you the entire show tonight, including all kinds of great things on the app, exclusive video content, all the archives, etc., and so on. But not only are you going to get tonight in Sturgis, how about 3 more fights for that $7.99? You'll get next week in the UK, BKFC64. You're going to get Fight Night in Kansas City, and then we're going up to Canada for BKFC Prospect Series in Edmonton. A lot to be excited about. That's all for $7.99. And now, let's look later into the fall. And everybody is talking about this incredible show very far away from here in Marbella, Spain, hosted by the great Conor McGregor. You're going to get 2 BKFC title fights in one of the most beautiful places on earth, in a bullfighting arena. That's right. That's October 12th in Marbella, Spain. An absolute packed house here, motorcycles everywhere. I've seen more boobs than I could even think about. That's what happens here in Sturgis. It's a vibe. We are doing it. And the two men that are going to guide us through this entire journey, it's Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle.
Thank you very much, Cyrus. Chris, our main event for the BKFC women's 115-pound title, the Champion Britain Hart versus Taylor Starling.
And Sean, these two girls have been two of our best fighters, but not only that, they've been two of our most popular because they're very exciting. That's the reason these two girls are fighting for the title tonight.
Britain Hart entered BKFC at BKFC2 as a 125-pounder. Since dropping to the women's 115-pound division, Chris, she is undefeated.
Been so good at this weight class, Sean. She was fighting at a higher weight class, very difficult, dropping down, and you can see exactly why she has been so successful. She controls the range so well. Brit's always a dog. When she decides she can get in, she can mix it up. She can be a dirty fighter, get in there, push the pace. But at times she can be outside. She can be crisp. She can be clean. She can control the range like we talked about earlier. So that is why she's been so dominant. And when she wants to, you saw right in that situation, threw her opponent down, manhandled her. This is an amazing fighter. She really found her range. But she is tough as nails. She can go out and throw punches with anybody in the division. That's why she's been so successful. Now when it comes to Taylor Starling, so close to the title already at 125, but since dropping down to this new weight class at 115, this is where she needs to be. She's long for this weight class, has range, can land hard shots, get in and out when she needs to, but every now and again she decides to sit down on those punches and she can hit hard. Does a lot of damage, as you can see in that situation. What Taylor needs to do, she needs to get in, push the pace, like she does from time to time, land hard shots on her opponent. If she's able to get in and land the hard right hand, she has a great chance of winning that title.
Chris, you have tonight's fight odds there, presented by Kurgo, the official betting partner of BKFC.
So much money to be made tonight, Sean. The thing that jumped out at me, Brandon Connolly set a world record for bench press, and he's an underdog. What? Is that possible? He's plus 104. I love that fight.
BKFC is under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. There is no 3 knockdown rule. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. First up tonight here in Sturgis, South Dakota, bout in the featherweight division. Gabriel Fryer versus Timmy Mason. Our tale of the tape is presented by Grunt Style apparel.
Sean, we have the rare situation. You have Timmy Mason 3 inches taller. However, he does have a 1-inch reach disadvantage. Fryer wants to stay long, stay outside. Timmy Mason has some very powerful shots. Needs to avoid getting hit by those.
Timmy Mason now set for bout number 2 promotionally in BKFC. His 4th fight overall in this sport of bare knuckle. Mason is 3-1 in his pro boxing career. In our fighter meeting, Timmy Mason told us he is really focused on being patient. He said, I believe that is far and away the most difficult aspect in bare knuckle fighting.
Well, he understands patience is important because he can't go out there and look for that knockout. He has to let it come. He wants to stay long, use that in and out motion, wait for the right time, but use constant pressure from that range, not getting in too close.
Mason also told us, I'm going to work off of jabs and feints, keep moving in and out. I cannot try to force the knockout against my opponent, Gabriel Fryer. I have to be patient. I have to be smart.
Well, he can't chase. He can't lunge. He needs to cut off the ring, use more movement this time. Last time he felt like he was in a pressure to get out there and throw hard punches, let it happen. He's a superior boxer. He has to showcase it.
Gabriel Fryer set for fight number 2 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, his 4th overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Fryer has also had 2 pro MMA bouts. Fryer told us in our fighter meeting, I want to have a very clean fight, but I also know I have the ability to make this a rugged fight if needed.
Well, he feels like his opponent is very one-dimensional, going to come straight forward the entire time. All he has to do is angle out, avoid those punches, counter when he needs to, but he doesn't want to sit there and trade. That's not for a smart fighter. He feels like he's a much smarter fighter.
Fryer said ideally crisp and technical punches from the outside and keep landing my right cross. That is my key punch in this fight.
Cannot sit there and trade with his opponent. He can't clinch. He has to counter. He wants to do what he has to do to react every time his opponent comes in and then land hard shots.
Our BKFC debut here in South Dakota. To get the evening started, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Hello, 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 Sturgis! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one and all to the world-famous Sturgis Buffalo Chip here at the biggest biker rally in the world, the 84th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. If you've got 'em, crank them up! And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most exciting combat sport on planet Earth today. Welcome to BKFC 63! We are set for our opening fight of the night, scheduled for 5 two-minute rounds in the featherweight division, presented to you by Grunt Style Apparel, America's patriotic apparel leader. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears red. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 145.4 pounds. Tonight, he toes the line for the second time. Fighting out of Great Falls, Montana. What? Montana. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, by way of Anaconda, Montana, here is Timmy Mason. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 144.6 pounds. His overall bare knuckle fighting record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Huntington, West Virginia, by way of Tampa, Florida. Here is Gabriel, the warrior of God, Fryer. And our referee in charge of the action, Joe Coca.
Timmy Mason told us, I have to keep changing the tempo. I have to keep changing the rhythm throughout this fight. Both fighters up to scratch. The bell, round number 1. Black trunks for Gabriel Fryer, red trunks for Timmy Mason. Mason immediately taking center of the ring, coming forward from the center circle. In the southpaw stance, there's the naked left hand, overhand right into the clinch. Can he land in the left hand, and that drops Gabriel Fryer.
Right on the button, no need to count. This fight's over.
Game, set, match, Timmy Mason. Victory, just like that.
And very powerful puncher. We knew that going in. All it took was one shot. Fryer was aggressive, tried to get into an exchange, got caught right on the button. That's all it takes in bare knuckle, Sean. One shot.
In that final sequence of this featherweight fight, Mason was first. Fryer landed the counter, and the counter right back from Timmy Mason finishes Gabriel Fryer.
And this fight didn't take long. You can already see Fryer trying to beat on his bike, waiting for the right time. Mason was having nothing to do with it. You can hear that dull thud. That's a solid shot. That smack, you hear sometimes it's one punch, but that dull thud, you can tell it hit something hard. Right on the chin, perfectly placed.
Beautiful rear left hand for the first round knockout from the southpaw stance for Timmy Mason. Chris, you could see Fryer trying to time his counter right. He threw it, he didn't land it. And then Mason countering the counter with full power.
He really felt he didn't get to showcase his boxing skills the last time he fought. Your first bare knuckle fight, sometimes you just go out there and start winging punches. That's what he felt like. He really wanted to showcase he has great boxing skills. Sean, he did that in this fight. A counter punch, anybody can throw a punch and land a big knockout, but to counter somebody's shot, you have to be able to watch the fight coming in, the punch coming in, see it, recognize it, get out of the way, and throw your own punch. That was a beautiful job by Timmy Mason.
Credit to referee Joe Coca. He immediately broke off his count. This isn't 1952, of course. No reason to count to 10. Coca saw that Fryer was done flat on his back, immediately broke off his count, ended the fight, giving the victory to Timmy Mason and getting the medical attention immediately to Gabriel Fryer.
Love you, Dodson.
Knockout of the year candidate for the fighter from Anaconda, Montana, Timmy Mason.
Thanks for watching.
Very happy for Mason. Definitely look forward to seeing this guy fight again for us. Power in hands, good movement, and you can just see right from the very beginning, he was pressing forward. This guy wanted to put on a fight.
On the canvas with Gabriel Fryer happily now sitting up is the Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, the immediate past president of the Association of Ringside Physicians, Dr. Don Mutzi.
Sean, I hope the crowd gets used to, we have a lot of finishes with BKFC. Never, ever have I heard somebody say there was too many finishes last night about a fight. We have that quite often, a lot of finishes, very exciting. One thing I love about this sport.
And we want to give a special welcome to the Association of Ringside Physicians as they are hosting a BKFC watch party tonight in Washington, D.C. as part of their annual convention. Very respectful round of applause for Gabriel Fryer. Timmy Mason again, Chris, he talked to us about changing tempo, changing rhythm, but he came out fast. Beautiful left hand from the southpaw stance to finish Gabriel Fryer in the first round.
And I've talked about it many times. A lot of fighters, their very first bare knuckle fight, it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel comfortable. You feel like you've never fought before. It's a totally different ball game. It just takes a little while. After you have a fight, you're thinking about it different. You're training different. It makes sense. So I think that's what happened here. Timmy Mason had some time off. He went back to the drawing board. Now he gets it. And you can see in that fight, he truly understands bare knuckle a lot better.
We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Joe Coca, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 17 seconds in round number 1 for your winner by KO, Timmy Mason.
Sean, we knew last time Timmy Mason fought, he had good power. This time we know he has good boxing, he has good skill. This guy has a lot of ability and can do a lot of damage in this division.
Timmy Mason told us in our fighter meeting, I'm not going to try to force the knockout. If it comes, it comes. It most definitely came with that beautiful left hand. The winner by way of first round knockout in 17 seconds, Timmy Mason defeats Gabriel Fryer.
Friday, August 16th, experience history in the making as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debuts at Kansas City's iconic Memorial Hall. In the main event, the always dangerous Gypsy Jake Lindsay fights the anger-fueled Elvin El Bandito Brito. Also, Zeb Vincent sets his sights on his next victory, but Doug Cold Red Coltrane has other plans. Plus, many more Bare Knuckle fights. Experience the thrill of the world's most exciting combat sport. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Saturday, August 10th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns to the birthplace of Bare Knuckle, the United Kingdom, with a historic event full of explosive Bare Knuckle fights. In the main event, the Brumtown Bomber, Connor Tierney, is ready to prove why he's among the elite as he battles the undefeated Johnny Graham for the first ever BKFC UK Welterweight Championship. Plus many other mind-blowing Bare Knuckle fights. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Next Saturday, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is back in the United Kingdom as we will be in the West Midlands for our debut in Coventry. The top 4 fights on this stacked BKFC64 card are presented by 7 Sip Coffee.
Unbelievable card, Chip Shape's always fun to watch. David Oscar, big, strong, big guy, cruiserweight, that's going to be a fun fight. But Connor Tierney, unbelievably good, so hard to hit, so elusive. But he's going against Johnny Graham, undefeated. Those two guys are going to put on a war.
In the Cruiserweight division, DJ Tice versus Brandon Conley. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Only a 2-inch. Okay.
Actually moving to the heavyweight division. This bout presented by OnlyFans. Zach Kalmus versus Paul Shao.
A lot going on with this tail to tape, Sean. Shao 3 inches taller, as well as
Paul Shao set for fight number 4 in BKFC. He's also had 4 pro MMA bouts, 1 in pro boxing. He was a very good football player at the University of Urbana, NCAA Division II, an offensive lineman. At our fighter meeting, Paul Shao said, I have to fully utilize my reach advantage in this fight, straight punches from range, and double up on my punches from range.
Wants to stay long, be outside, but he understands how to fight this time. Needs to be in shape, can't get tired. One thing he knows, he doesn't want to sit there, trade punches and brawl. He wants to utilize that range and showcase superior boxing.
Of his opponent in his heavyweight bout, Zach Kalmus, Paul Shao said, I definitely respect his toughness. I have to stay smart. I cannot allow Kalmus to pull me into a brawl.
Well, he wants to let him walk into his punches. Getting closer, really wants to focus on that body. Feels like he hasn't utilized that body punch, but he hits so hard there. If he can land to the body, he's going to win.
Truly one of the biggest personalities in all of bare knuckle fighting championship, Zach Kalmus, now set for fight number 7 in BKFC. Kalmus has also had 2 pro boxing bouts. At our fighter meeting, Zach Kalmus told us, I feel that I have really evolved in BKFC with my defense, my head movement, and my counter. I ideally now, Kalmus said, want to combine my brawling heart with my smart technical striking.
But he's a much smarter fighter than people give him credit for. He understands this fight. The first 2 rounds are very dangerous. It's a bigger, stronger opponent. Has to weather that storm, wear him down, get into the mid-range, and push the pace later in the fight. He feels like he can get the stoppage after the first few rounds.
Zach Kalmus said of his opponent, Paul Shao, I definitely respect Paul Shao's power, but I feel that he is very predictable when exploding in. I have to time his power punches.
Well, he feels like he's a faster fighter with a better movement. Has to utilize that skill. Move around, stay out of range, get in the mid-range, and take away that reach his opponent has where he can't fully extend the shots.
Zach Kalmus said, I will give away the opening 2 rounds happily, even the 3rd round if I need to. My goal, Kalmus said, is to smartly and consistently move forward, gaining the timing, gaming the rhythm of Paul Shao, and then I will find my punches.
John, I loved it when he was in our meeting. He said, I'll give away the first 3 rounds. His coach said, no, you won't. Don't give away the 3rd one. Just keep fighting hard the entire time. But that pace, he weaponizes it. He wears you down, and especially as a heavyweight, he can tire you out and get the finish. Zach really wants to stay calm. Feels like if he can do that, his opponent will tire out.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Fight fans of Sturgis, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. And I am happy to announce that this is our overall 1,000th fight with bare knuckle fighting championship. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and pink. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 261.3 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle ready for bare knuckle fight number 4. Fighting out of Bell Fountain, Ohio, here is Paul the Zombie Cowboy Shao. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and silver. He stands an even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 243.2 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 4 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Gloucester, Massachusetts, here is Zach Shark Attack Almas. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
June 2nd, 2018, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Arnold A.J. Adams versus DJ Linderman. BKFC bout number 1. As Jeff Houston just announced, this is BKFC bout number 1,000. The bell at round number 1. Blue trunks for Zach Kalmus. Black trunks for Paul Shao. High, tight striking guard for Kalmus. Shao looking to the body with the jab. Overhand right from Kalmus, not there. Entry left hand to the body. Now goes Kalmus on the level change into the clinch.
Kalmus talked about being cautious early in the fight, knowing his opponent had power. Doesn't look like he's going for the fences right now, swinging as hard as he can.
High straight jab from the tight striking guard of Kalmus. Shao coming forward with the overhand right. Clubbing on the right back from Kalmus again into the clinch. Good refereeing from Dan Mergliata. Seeing the active clinch, short right hands thrown by Kalmus. Yes, script from Zach Kalmus draws the separation from Dan Mergliata. Right back to it with 70 seconds remaining round number 1. Both fighters, as you see now, keeping a very high, tight striking guard. 1-2 from Kalmus. To the body.
The punch that I really like from Kalmus so far is that right hand to the body. Landed it twice.
Duck under from Shao. Shao coming forward again to the body goes Zach Kalmus.
And after he throws that right to the body, the left hook is there. He's throwing it off right now. He's going to land one in a minute.
Second time in sequence, we've seen Zach Kalmus use the smart S-grip press on the left hand, and there is the knockdown of Paul Shao.
Shao is tough. He's going to get up. He's going to keep fighting.
Mandatory 8 count from Mergliata. Shao up at 7. Big swings now coming forward is Zach Kalmus. On the right hand, 15 seconds remaining round number 1. Left hand still throwing back and Shao knockdown number 2.
He's trying to get up. Not going to happen.
The count of 10 reached. Win number 5 in BKFC for Zach Kalmus in the historic 1,000 fight in bare knuckle fighting championship history.
And I love what Zach Kalmus did in that situation. He had his opponent hurt. He didn't go head hunting. He went right to that body. That kills you. That hurts you as the opponent. You're trying to just maintain. You're trying to do what you can. Didn't matter.
I did this fight for my team. Champs of Danbury, Blakely Cos, Gloucester, 01930. I do this for you. I do this for real. I'm coming home, baby.
There's the powerful hooks thrown by Zach Kalmus. He knew he had his opponent hurt, and right before that, he landed a hard right hand to the body, and then he went up top. There was a fantastic left hand right on the button. Zach knows when to put on the gas, step on the gas, throw hard punches, when to stay outside, when to stay safe. He smelled blood. He knew his opponent was hurt. He had to step on the gas, and that's what he did.
Paul Shao is a very powerful heavyweight, entering this bout at 261.3 pounds, but Kalmus in and out, negating the power of Shao. Twice we saw the smart defensive S-grip by Kalmus to get out of the clinch, to regain the space, coming forward, right hand on the first knockdown, then the left hand on the second knockdown, which wins this fight for Zach Kalmus.
And it wasn't a huge weight advantage, but it was a weight advantage for Shao. So, like you said, as soon as he got into his position where he could lean on his opponent, wear him down, Zach did a smart thing and tied up and got the restart.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliata, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 58 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Zach Shark Attack Kalmus.
And Zach Kalmus just keeps getting better, improving, showing that experience he has as a bare knuckle fighter. The sky is the limit for this guy as a fighter.
Zach Kalmus, a huge personality, a very nice person, as you saw in his sporting display post-fight with his opponent Paul Shao. And as you see on full display, huge power in both hands, knockdown with the right hand, then the knockout with the left hand. The winner by way of first round KO, Zach Kalmus defeats Paul Shao.
Friday, August 16th, experience history in the making as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debuts at Kansas City's iconic Memorial Hall. In the main event, the always dangerous Gypsy Jake Lindsay fights the anger-fueled Elvin El Bandito Brito. Also, Zeb Vincent sets his sights on his next victory, but Doug Cold Red Coltrane has other plans. Plus, many more Bare Knuckle fights. Experience the thrill of the world's most exciting combat sport. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at BKFC.com. Saturday, August 31st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, returns to Canada looking for new blood. It's BKFC Prospects, Edmonton, in the main event. Drew Wild Boy Stuvo Stubby battles Sonny the Savage Smith, plus much more jaw-dropping Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship action featuring 10 adrenaline-fueled clashes. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Don't miss it. Download it now at BKFC.com.
And we are live here in South Dakota, right not too far away from Mount Rushmore. BKFC63 is presented by Bucked Up, OnlyFans, Grunt Style Apparel, and Forged Irish Stout. And now let's take a look. OnlyFans, as we see the official arrival of the champion, Strawweight champion, Britain Hart, as she makes her way onto the Buffalo Chip here in Sturgis. What a moment for her as she looks to defend that title once again. Britain Hart, laser focused and locked in. But how about this? Her challenger tonight, the Killa B, flanked by the former bantamweight champion Keith Richardson. That is Taylor Starling, with her second opportunity, her second chance to become champion of BKFC. She is bringing it tonight. That is your main event at BKFC 63. Taylor Starling, Britain Hart. Folks, it is going down. Now let's go to your next tale of the tape, brought to you by OnlyFans.
5-pounders for you now. DJ Tice versus Brandon Connolly.
And Sean, I know I said it's rare, but it's having 2 out of the first 3 fights. Brandon Connolly is 2 inches shorter. However, he does have a 2-inch reach advantage. Let's utilize that. He knows Tice has to get in for those hard punches, make him pay each time he tries to get close.
Brandon Connolly now set for his BKFC debut. He's had 2 pro boxing bouts, 1 in pro MMA. In 2018, Brandon Connolly set the world record for bench press, 60 reps of 225 pounds.
And Sean, that means this guy's incredibly strong and he has complete belief in that power. Feels like all he has to do is land hard shots. He's got the power. If he lands a punch, he's putting you out.
For this his BKFC debut, Connolly told us in our fighter meeting he's really been working and training on a high guard, even using a cross-arm guard, shades of George Foreman in the second half of his career and Archie Moore throughout his brilliant career.
Well, he is a student of the game, understands this isn't just about power, it's about timing. Believes in his timing, thinks the first 30 seconds of the fight he's going to have his opponent's timing, and that's when he steps it up and puts him out.
Brandon Connolly told us, I believe that I will finish my opponent DJ Tice in 2 rounds. We asked him, are you comfortable with us repeating that on the broadcast? He said, absolutely. He stated it almost like a fact. I'm going to win in 2 rounds.
Understands, though, he has to be patient. Knows when he has that kind of power, just wait for the right time. As soon as it happens, as soon as it lands, that's all she wrote. It's good when you understand that you have that kind of power. All you have to do is wait for timing.
DJ Tice now set for fight number 2 in BKFC. His 3rd overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Tice was 6-2 as an AMI in MMA. He had a 2-0 amateur boxing record. Tice wrestled at the NAIA level at Life University. At our fighter meeting, DJ Tice told us, I'm going to be extremely elusive. I'm going to utilize excellent head movement, feints, quick counters. I'm going to continually circle, and I'm going to throw body punches while moving to frustrate my opponent, Brandon Conley.
He wants to utilize the in and out motion, but the main thing, he can't take clean shots. Has to roll with punches, and as he comes out of those rolls, throw counter punches.
Tyson, our fighter meeting, was very candid. He said, I know Brandon Conley is really strong. He's going to be stronger than me, but I'm going to be quicker than Conley, and I'm going to be the much more skilled fighter.
Has to go to the body, tire his opponent out. Wants to get in there and use that better movement. That's his key. If he has better movement than his opponent, he doesn't get hit, he wins the fight.
Once again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 205.1 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut, fighting out of Chillicothe, Ohio. Here is Brandon Stronghold Conley. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears camouflage. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 205.6 pounds. His overall bare knuckle fighting record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Plant City, Florida, here is DJ Big Red Tice. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Brandon Conley, when we asked him his key to victory, he said there are 3: patience, power, and precision. The bell, round number 1. Black and camouflage trunks for DJ Tice. Black and white trunks for Brandon Conley.
And Tice, with that very awkward stance, getting very low, hard to hit that target.
Entry left hand, big to the body goes Conley. Tice now coming forward, now backing off. There's the elusive movement Tice talked to us about. Tice couldn't time the entry on the overhand right. Conley looking to come forward now from the center circle. Conley talked about that high tight striking guard, the cross arm guard, but right now he's using a very low open guard, I believe by intent, Chris, to try to bait in DJ Tice.
He wants Tice
overhand
to come throw those powerful shots. You open yourself as you throw power.
See that head movement? The slipping, the rolling of DJ Tice. Looking to measure now Conley. On a jab just to measure. Hook jab attempt from DJ Tice. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Push off from Conley. Conley, you can see loading up the right hand. There's the explosion, the overhook. Quick separation from Andrew Glenn, right back to it.
That style for Tice makes it very difficult to hit, and as you leave back with that awkward style, you can throw that powerful right hand.
1-2 landed, a smirk on the face of Brandon Conley. Big to the body goes Conley.
And that's what Conley needs to do. As he's down, you can move your head, you can't move your body.
Tice continuing to roll, continuing to get very low on the level changes. Leaping left hook just off the mark for Conley. The idea was there. Sporting touch of hands as Tice went hard against the ring ropes. 20 seconds remaining, round number 1. We're in the Cruiserweight division. There's the entry from DJ Tice. Overhook again from Conley. Tice again staying elusive. Conley still trying to time the right hand. Again the roll through the duck under, eluding that left hook is Tice just before the bell that ends round number 1.
Good job, both fighters in that round, feeling each other out. You can tell already Tice having a little bit of problem with the power of Conley, but Conley having a difficult time dealing with that head movement, that motion. I think he's going to figure out quickly he has to go to the body. You're not going to hit a guy with that very good head movement that Tice has, but the body's not going to move. If he lands some hard shots to the body, that's going to be a problem for Tice. Sean, a lot of times the first round is about filling your opponent out, And the second round is when you make adjustments. Let's see who's able to make the better adjustments as this fight progresses.
Already up to scratch before the 10-second warning to clear the ring is Brandon Conley.
He doesn't look winded at all. He's been very patient.
The call of knuckle up from referee Andrew Glenn, round number 2. Overhand right on the entry from DJ Tyson. Heavy forward pressure to start the second round from Tice. Short left hands in the clinch. Conley immediately walking forward with purpose. And there's the measuring from Conley. Tice staying elusive. Heavy front shoulder. There's the duck under. And that's ruled a knockdown by referee Andrew Glenn.
You can tell it didn't land clean, but it did enough. That's the power of Conley. He touches you barely, and he's doing damage.
It was a duck under, and yet Conley still partially landed enough with power to drop DJ Tice. 80 seconds remaining, round number 2. Overhand right. That is a clean knockdown. The second of this fight.
Oh. Tice is hurt. He's trying to get up. His body's not reacting properly.
Up at 8 is DJ Tice being assessed by referee Andrew Glenn. This fight will continue.
He's going to be very careful. You can tell Andy Glenn looking very carefully.
Big left hand. I only talked about patience, power, and precision. We've seen all 3 on display. Knockdown number 3 on the right hand to the body.
It just takes one little shot from a guy like Conley. He's proving that right now.
You want to fight?
DJ Tice telling Andrew Glenn he wants to continue, and we will continue. Now 30 seconds remaining, round number 2. Brandon Conley can most definitely see the finish line, trying to reach it here in the second round. Tice, to his credit, still coming forward, throwing punches.
Trying to land one powerful shot to change the course of this fight.
Conley hard off the jab, cool as you like. Looking for the finish, Brandon Conley. Tice smartly into the clinch.
And that's what Tice needs to do right now. Make it into this round, recover.
Knockdown number 4.
3, 5, 6, 7.
Up at 7 is DJ Tice. The assessment again from referee Andrew Glenn. The bell, a 4 knockdown round 2 for Brandon Conley, and we will move to the 3rd round.
Not very often you're going to see a 4 knockdown round, Sean, but I think the referee did the right thing in that situation. None of those knockdowns were clean. None of them really did too much damage to Tice. Tice did an amazing job of continuing to get up. He has to do something quick. I guarantee you, Andy Glenn, one more knockdown, he's really going to think about stopping this fight.
Again, Brandon Conley in our fighter meeting said, I'm going to finish DJ Tice inside of 2 rounds. He didn't finish him, but that's very close, Chris. Conley knocking down Tice 4 times in the second round.
Beautiful uppercut landed by Conley. Just like he talked about, anytime he touches his opponent, he hurts him. That was a nice clean left hand, little hook. Didn't have a ton of power on it, but you don't need to throw with a ton of power when you can do 225 pounds 60 times.
Phenomenal round 2 for Brandon Conley, and full credit to DJ Tice pulling himself off the canvas 4 times in the second round. Up to scratch, and now starting round number 3 with the entry right hand, left hand is DJ Tice.
Tice is doing everything he can to get back into this fight, pushing the pace, getting close to his opponent where he can't get hit hard.
Conley, you see again measuring, check left hook, level change hard entry from DJ Tice. Andrew Glenn telling DJ Tice, watch your forehead on the entry. Big left hand on the entry from Brandon Conley. Big swings from Tice. Overhook held by Conley. That gets the separation from Glenn. 1:15 remaining, round number 3. On the big left hand, check left hook lands from Conley. Conley on the right hand. Tice still trying to slip these punches, throwing back with the left hand. Conley coming forward with intent.
See Conley go to the body.
Conley pauses for a postman's blow, right back to it.
That hurt Tice.
Left hand, huge right hand lands from Conley.
Tice showing so much heart.
Tice still coming forward. Takes that right hand, knockdown number 5, and we might be done.
6,
Mouthpiece out, fight's over, Sean.
9, 10.
The count of 10, and a phenomenal victorious debut in BKFC for Brandon Conley.
One word, power. He possesses it. He understands all he has to do is land a shot. He showed it in that fight.
You are watching live worldwide BKFC63 from Sturgis, South Dakota. It is presented all evening long, commercial free, by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Brandon Conley, 4 knockdowns of DJ Tice in round number 2, and then the knockdown to the knockout in round number 3.
And you have to like that. Conley from far away said, that's it, I'm ending this fight. Threw a powerful shot, didn't even land clean, but he's so powerful, everything he lands hurts.
BKFC's very deep 205-pound division is now that much deeper with the phenomenal debut of Brandon Conley. Patience, power, and precision indeed, as Conley talked about to us, Chris, in our fighter meeting. Check, check, and check.
The 3 Ps.
And credit DJ Tice, showing heart and toughness throughout. On the bad side of 4 knockdowns in round number 2, coming into round number 3.
Ladies and
Conley
gentlemen, our
point.
referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 31 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by KO, Brandon Stronghold Conley.
Sean, we knew Conley was going to be powerful. We knew he was going to hurt people whenever he touched him. What I didn't know is how calm and relaxed he was going to be. He looked like he could have boxed 10 rounds. I can't wait to see this guy fight again.
DJ Tice showed his heart. Brandon Conley showed his class. 5 knockdowns to the finish. Victorious by way of round 3 KO. Brandon Conley defeats DJ Tice.
Friday, August 16th, experience history in the making as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debuts at Kansas City's iconic Memorial Hall. In the main event, the always dangerous Gypsy Jake Lindsay fights the anger-fueled Elvin El Bandito Brito. Also, Zeb Vincent sets his sights on his next victory, but Doug Cold Red Coltrane has other plans. Plus, many more Bare Knuckle fights. Experience the thrill of the world's most exciting combat sport. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Saturday, August 31st, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, returns to Canada looking for new blood. It's BKFC Prospects, Edmonton, in the main event. Drew Wild Boy Stuvo Stubby battles Sonny the Savage Smith. Plus much more jaw-dropping Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship action featuring 10 adrenaline-fueled clashes. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Don't miss it. Download it now at bkfc.com.
Back to the legendary Buffalo Chip. It's BKFC63, of course, always presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. And it is fully packed, as expected. Second night here of the rally, here at the Buffalo Chip. A lot of big shows here, but we are still in the whole weekend thus far. 3 fights, 3 finishes. That's what you come for here in BKFC. Now, just last week, it was Ryzen who put on a huge fight at the Saitama Super Arena, a legendary venue in Tokyo, Japan. It was the Super Ryzen 3 event. And of course, the big thing was, the monumental thing, is that BKFC was involved. BKFC was at Ryzen. 2 huge bouts for BKFC at Ryzen. And of course, we delivered. That's what we do. First up, we sent over the lazy. It was Teresa Segala. We've seen her as a warrior so many times. And Ty Emery, who has been a sensation for BKFC. Well, this one didn't last very long. We know how tough Teresa Segala is, but Ty Emery has dynamite in those fists. She has a title shot, no doubt, in her future. Take a look at that big right hand. absolutely destroys the nose of Tristan Segala, and we know how tough she is. For her to go down that early, I believe 37 seconds is what it took. That just goes to show you the power of Ty Emery and what she brings to the table. And what a debut, the very first fight on a Ryzen show, and it was that incredible. Take a look here. Beautiful Tokyo, Japan. Decided so many huge fights, huge events over the years. But now this bout right here, absolutely incredible. We sent our flyweight champion, John Dodson, to take on that man, Takaki Soya. Soya, a fantastic veteran for Ryzen all throughout Japan, and he decides to get rid of the gloves and throw down with our flyweight champion, the man, the magician, the man, the myth, the legend, John Dodson. He loves it over in Japan. This is the bout, and you get to see this. You get to make this happen. John Dodson, Takaki Soya, it is happening. You get to watch the entire show. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for John Dodson and Takaki Soya from Ryzen.
In the flyweight division, John Dodson versus Takaki Soya. Our tail of the tape is presented by Ryzen.
And Sean, you can see Soya 2 inches taller with only a 1-inch reach advantage. Not much different, exact same weight, very similar fist size. These two very similar as the tail of the tape goes.
This great partnership between BKFC and Ryzen continues here at Super Ryzen 3 in Japan with a sold-out crowd of 48,117 in attendance in Saitama Super Arena. The bell, round number 1. Green trunks for the BKFC flyweight champion, John Dodson. White and black trunks for the fighter from Chiba, Japan, Takaki Soya.
And just looking at these guys already, you can see how big and strong Soya is. Very powerful, very big for this weight class.
This is a non-title bout, but we are under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting administered this evening by JMOC, which is the Japanese Mixed Martial Arts Officials Committee. Takaki Soya 12-6-1 in his pro MMA career. This is his BKFC and indeed the sport of bare knuckle debut.
You can already see not intimidated by the champ. Moving forward, very, very confident in his ability.
High tight striking guard for Dodson. Very loose open guard for Takaki Soya. Listed at 5'5" to Dodson's 5'3". Soya forward off the jab. On the feint. Feint again with the right hand. Dodson on the entry. Overhand left. Big right hand lands from Soya. 55 seconds remaining, round number 1.
That one caught John Dodson's attention. He usually isn't hit that clean.
Good start to his BKFC career for the fighter from here in Japan, Takaki Soya.
And that
he feints again.
You can tell that gained the respect of John Dodson and makes him think twice about stepping forward.
Left hand lands again from Soya. Dodson on the rare backward step. 30 seconds remaining, round number 1. Dodson now the feint step. Feint step right back from Takaki Soya. Dodson just missed with the left hand.
Dodson,
a lot of feint, a lot of diversion, Chris, from Takaki Soya.
Dodson always waiting to counter, just waiting for the right time to explode with those fast, accurate hands.
The right hand getting through and cutting John Dodson. Final seconds, round number 1. A strong round number 1 for Takaki Soya against the reigning BKFC flyweight champion, John Dodson. Next stop, round 2.
So that was amazing. We always talk about how it takes many fighters a round or 2, maybe even 3 to get the feel for bare knuckle. Soya figured it out immediately. He had John Dodson backing up, looking unsure of himself. That was such a surprise. Dodson came forward with some good punches, but ate a couple in return. That was a punch that caused the cut over John Dodson's left eye. And that was a good counter. We talk about John Dodson having fast, accurate hands. So does Soya. This could be a very interesting fight. Soya probably more used to being in front of a crowd of 40,000 people than John Dodson. I know he has bare knuckle experience, but doesn't he have this kind of experience against a crowd of this magnitude?
Referee Minoru Toyonaga brings both fighters up to scratch. Round number 2, immediately forward off of scratch to start the second round, Takaki Soya. Soya again with the heavy feints. See the upper body movement. There's the fast jab, the feint again. Dodson now exploding forward into the clinch, counter right hand, right back from Soya.
And that's what Dodson does best. Explodes in with combinations, throws lots of punches.
Dodson missing with the left hand. Soya confidently coming forward intentionally with his hands low. Running forward again, and that dropped Takaki Soya on the left hand of John Dodson.
That is where Dodson is so dangerous. Fast, accurate hands. He had his opponent backing up. That wasn't a powerful shot that hurt Soya. It just landed clean, and this is bare knuckle. That will knock you down. That might not knock you down in another sport.
The momentum seemingly with Takaki Soya now seized by John Dodson on the knockdown. 105 remaining, round number 2. That's ruled a slip by referee Minoru Toyonaga. Pressure again from Soya.
And we are used to seeing Dodson dictate when and where the fight happens. Not this case. Soya's doing so.
Good left hand on the left hook. Now to the body. Big left hand from Dodson. Soya taking those shots well.
And it looks like this awkward style from Soya. John Dodson is really starting to figure out his opponent when and where it's going to be, and he can counter well.
See the feints once more. Dodson running in again, but takes that left hand. Another left hook from Takaki Soya. Lands to that big right hand.
Those punches did damage. You never see Dodson get pushed back like that.
Dodson again on his back foot. There's the entry right hand from Takaki Soya. Dodson fully on his bike, just eludes that right hand of Soya. Blood streaming from the cut outside of Dodson's left eye. Dodson along the corner cushion. Next up, round 3.
And Dodson got the knockdown. He clearly won the round, but Soya has definitely gained the respect of John Dodson. He hits hard, he's accurate, he's fast. That makes it very difficult for John Dodson. He has to be perfect at all times or he's going to get hurt. There was that left hand. Coming forward, that's where John Dodson is at his best. When he comes forward throwing combinations, all he has to do is land one, just like he did. Like I said earlier, didn't really do too much damage to Soya. You can see the frustration. Soya got hit, got dropped. He was upset. He's like, man, I blew it. I was really embarrassed. That good counter, another good punch, and knocked John Dodson backwards. Let's see if that makes Soya change his game plan. He has to understand John Dodson is going to blitz. He's going to run forward and throw combinations. You can't back out with your hands down. You get hit once, you're probably going to fall down.
Almost a touch of hands on the second attempt, round number 3. Soya with the left hand looking for the entry. Trying to cut off the ring, Takaki Soya. And a low blow received by John Dodson. Time now called by referee Minoru Toyonaga. Again, we're into the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting, so 5 minutes on the timeout clock.
Dodson wants nothing to do with the 5 minutes. He's ready to go.
Dodson takes less than 15 seconds. Time in. Clearly unintentional, ruled as such on the low blow by Soya by referee Minoru Toyonaga. 90 seconds remaining, round 3. And you see the measuring of Soya. Dodson Chris spending a lot of time on his back foot. So uncharacteristic for Dodson now in this, his 5th fight in BKFC.
But he's doing it very well. He's waiting for the right time to push forward. Exploding in with combinations.
Dodson's explosive entries have been fantastic. That's what has produced what thus far stands as the lone knockdown in this fight. Dodson dropping Soya with the left hand on the explosive entry in round 2. Then forward pressure from Soya. Dodson just missed with the overhand left. Dodson cut under his right eye, cut outside of his left eye, and takes that jab flush to the face from Soya. Dodson again, forward from the corner cushion into the clinch. Almost a choke, fully open hand on the throat of Soya by Dodson. Quick separation from Toyonaga. 35 seconds remaining, round number 3.
I'm coming over to see you.
The upper body movement of Takaki Soya continues. Leaping left hand, overhand right from Soya. Dodson took that exceedingly well. Shuffling of the feet from Dodson. Shuffling of the feet right back from Soya. Faint step from Takaki Soya. Big left hand. Well timed by Dodson. Threw it naked from southpaw, landed clean. Dodson on the left hook. Dodson again on the overhand left. Dodson driving pressure now. Soya's back against the corner cushion. Smear of blood along the left shoulder of Takaki Soya as we move to round 4.
Those hands are so fast and so accurate for John Dodson. When Soya comes in, if his hands aren't up in the perfect spot, Dodson's going to find the inland punches. The thing is, Soya's got a great chin. He's taking some hard shots, and he's taking them very well. But look at that experience from John Dodson. When he gets you out of position just an inch, he's going to capitalize. He's going to push you back. There was that great left hand. But that was a very close round. We could very well be tied with that knockdown. Or Dodson could be up a few points. Very hard to tell at this point, but a very close fight, very competitive.
Latter stages of round 3, you saw blood on the upper body of Takaki Soya, but his face is relatively clean. It is Dodson's blood, as Dodson has 2 cuts on his face. Confirmation that round number 4 is upon us. Minoru Toyonaga again bringing both fighters up to scratch, 3 feet apart. Round number 4. Forward off of scratch, naked right hand to the body from Soya. That was clever. Overhand right, well timed on the left hand by Dodson. Dodson, big left hand, knockdown number 2.
Once again, this accurate punching. Jeez, he's good with those hands. They're so fast, but when you can throw with accuracy like John Dodson does, you are so hard to beat. This is bare knuckle. All it takes is one little shot, just like it showed, get the knockdown.
Huge on the explosive entry. Second knockdown of this fight recorded by John Dodson. Momentum swinging back and forth here at Saitama Super Arena. Right now the momentum belongs to John Dodson. And that is ruled a knockdown by referee Minoru Toyonaga. The third of this fight, all 3 recorded by John Dodson.
And rightly so. Just another good left hand right on the button. Soya is extremely tough. He's not getting hurt badly with these punches, but it's doing enough to get the knockdown.
Swelling now in and around Soya's right eye. 55 seconds remaining round 4. Dodson looking for the jab off his back foot. Still big swings from Takaki Soya coming forward. Dodson almost theatrically bouncing along the corner cushion.
But Dodson's showing why he's a champ. Moving, being elusive, hit, not getting hit. He's going against a tough opponent, and he's adapting.
Soya has looked extremely fast from range, Chris, and Dodson has looked, well, just like John Dodson, almost superhumanly fast on the explosive entries.
And he's really showing his experience. Soya, this is his first bare knuckle fight, doing extremely well, but Dodson, he's the champ for a reason.
Takaki Soya down 3 times in this fight, still very much though in it, his BKFC debut. 10-second clock, final seconds, round number 4. On the slip, Soya then couldn't land his own right hand. Duck under from Dodson. We move to the 5th and final round.
Sean, typically if I have somebody who's been knocked down 3 times going into the 5th round, I don't think they have much of a chance. Not in this situation. I think Soya, he can always land one hard shot. But John Dodson's just so accurate, so athletic, so hard to hit. Just waiting for the right time, blitzing, exploding, landing hard shots. John Dodson, he's called the magician for a reason. This guy is amazing. The second knockdown. Glad to see this cut is under the eye. Typically not a problem.
You see the cut just under the right brow on the face of Takaki Soya. Fifth and final round underway. Tentative touch of hands, right back to it. Right back to the forward pressure for Takaki Soya.
And Soya has to know he has to get a knockout. Let's see if he tries to step on the gas and really push the pace.
Clever turn from Dodson. Soya mirroring the hips of the BKFC 125-pound champion. Dodson hard to the body. Clever turn, big right hand from Soya. 135 remaining, round 5. There's the entry left hand, counter left hand from Dodson. Dodson to the body, to the head with the right hand. Strong sequence from Dodson. Soya still coming forward off the left hand. Soya naked right to the body. Off target, but the idea was there. Left hand. Dodson with the left hand of his own. More walk down pressure from Soya. Good turn on the left hand entry from John Dodson.
And Dodson showing why he's a champ once again. Controlling the reins, controlling the ring, hitting, getting his punches in, and then moving out. So difficult to deal with somebody of that kind of speed and intelligence when it comes to fighting.
Shuffle step from Dodson. Left hand into the clinch. Good refereeing from Minoru Toyonaga. Saw that as an inactive clinch. The reset. 35 seconds remaining in this fight. Soya continuing to try to mirror the hits of John Dodson, trying to cut the ring. Soya's definitely had his moments, but 3 knockdowns to this point in the fight, all 3 recorded by John Dodson. 1 of Soya in round number 2, and 2 of Soya by Dodson in round 4. On the right hand from Takaki Soya. Dodson taking himself along the corner cushion, looking for one more explosive entry. Now the turn from Dodson. Soya coming forward, motioning to his face on the clinch. That is the end of the fight.
And Dodson just showing once again why he is the champion. Fantastic display. He went against a very tough opponent. Soya showed so much heart, so much skill, and so much power just right in his face the entire time. But Dodson did all the little things he needed to do. Landed on the inside, moved his opponent out of the way, took some hard shots. We usually don't see Dodson hit that much. He handled it well. He dealt with adversity. He is a true champion, and he showed it in this fight. There's a couple hard shots being landed by both fighters. They said Dodson did not go without adversity in this fight. I cannot wait to see Soya fight somebody, not a title fight, not against John Dodson. I want to see what this guy can do in the 125-pound division, because he looks like an absolute monster.
This is John Dodson's 2nd fight since winning the BKFC flyweight title. Non-title, but I think it certainly looked and felt like a title fight. We send it to ring announcer Shinichiro Ota. A unanimous decision win for John Dodson, 50-42, 49-43, and 47-45 from the 3 JMOC judges scoring here at Saitama Super Arena. The winner, by way of unanimous decision, John Dodson defeats Takaki Soya.
Friday, August 16th, experience history in the making as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debuts at Kansas City's iconic Memorial Hall. In the main event, the always dangerous Gypsy Jake Lindsay fights the anger-fueled Elvin El Bandito Brito. Also, Zeb Vincent sets his sights on his next victory, but Doug Cold Red Coltrane has other plans. Plus many more bare knuckle fights. Experience the thrill of the world's most exciting combat sport. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Saturday, August 31st, the world's most exciting combat sport, bare Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns to Canada looking for new blood. It's BKFC Prospects, Edmonton, in the main event. Drew Wildboy Stuvo Stubby battles Sonny the Savage Smith, plus much more jaw-dropping Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship action featuring 10 adrenaline-fueled clashes. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Don't miss it. Download it now at BKFC.com.
Tonight it's BKFC63 as we make our South Dakota debut. We're at the famed Sturgis Buffalo Chip, Sturgis, South Dakota. In the heavyweight division, Josh Watson versus Ruben Roundstone. Our tale of the tape is presented by Forged Irish Stout.
Big fellas showing 2-inch height advantage for Ruben Roundstone, but weight almost exactly the same. Reach